Hey, what's going on, folks? I'm Josh Gill, and listen, if you're looking for personal branding tips online and social media because you want to separate yourself from the competition, then you're smart. As a matter of fact, these are my 7 best personal branding tips that you can do online and even on social media that actually help me relaunch my stuff from 0 subscribers, 0 sales, to making sales every day in a very competitive product and industry, right? As an affiliate marketer. And I believe it's going to work for you, including one of my tips that you're going to see in the video that you can share on social media and get instant fame. I'm telling you, you got to stay tuned. So we're going to jump right into it, and I'm just going to cue the music, all right? All right, folks, welcome back. I want to get into the meat and potatoes of everything and no bones, all right, no bones. I'm going to get my number 1 tip, and that is color consistency and congruency. What I mean by consistency is having the exact same, shall I say, tint of color in your brand, and that's through your logo that is on your website, any properties. So for those who all, this might be a little bit technical, but for those of you all who are advanced on online, I mean having the exact same hexadecimal, which is like the pound, and then 6 more decimals to determine the code. Like mine is pound D5000, right? And that is this color red that is throughout all my properties. That color red is throughout all my properties. Okay, in the word Joshua Gill. Okay, so having the same congruency, meaning like if you're going from one property to another one, you got the exact same title, the exact same cover photo, the exact same colors going throughout. Like if I have this in red, and then if you go to my website, it's in purple and black, that doesn't make sense. And here is a psychological thing that happens when individuals see color consistency in your brand. It creates a subconscious trust factor in your prospects, leads, and customers. And that actually gets people, because we're on the internet, even though people are buying more, they're buying from companies they trust. And trust is more of a subconscious thing, more so than a conscious thing, right? I don't know if you know that. So if you create a brand, a color, a logo, when you get your logo created, right? I'll give you an example. When you get your logo created, notice it's Joshua Gill, right? That's my brand. And make sure you get a short logo created, like a symbol, something that symbolizes you, right? Like if you see the BMW symbol, it's BMW even without BMW underneath it. If you see the McDonald's arches, it's McDonald's. My kids, when they were kids, they knew before they could read, they knew what McDonald's was because of the arches, right? If McDonald's, going along with the color consistency, if McDonald's was to change their arches from yellow to green, I bet it would affect their sales, and it would affect a lot more of their brand image. So you want to make sure that you copy what's working out there through these big businesses. Another thing on congruency is if you were to go to like my Facebook page and you were to click on my learn more button, right? It would take you to a capture page, and guess what? You're going to see the exact same color and consistency. Again, that's a subconscious message that you're sending out to your prospective customers saying, listen, I got my shit together. Basically, and that red and black, that was by design. So you can strategically design a personal brand like how we have here. Also, if you scroll down, yellow and black on my landing pages. This lets people know that they've left one site, one media property or asset, and they're landing on my stuff again, which is what they wanted if they clicked on it. And if you go to my blog site, okay, you go to my blog site, you'll see the same color and consistency throughout my blog. Also, text and script. You want to make sure that you have the same text, script, and fonts, right, as you do throughout your entire properties that you control, right? So if you have a blog site, You want to make sure that your script is the same on all your posts. If you change one, make sure you change all, because again, you're sending a subconscious message, right? People buy through the subconscious, right? You're sending a subconscious message that you can trust me, okay? And you can do that online with your personal brand. So I got some designers for your Facebook cover that you can grab from me that I personally use. One is for your logo. He did this from scratch, right? And another one is for your Facebook cover, where they took the logo and they put it on there. One thing you want to keep in mind before you create a logo, if you have created it and you want to rebrand yourself, one thing you want to keep in mind is to choose a color scheme that is it contrasts to the major platform that you're going to be marketing on. For instance, mine was going to be Facebook. I knew that Facebook is white and blue, right? Those are light colors. So I chose a dark and red. So whenever my cover page, it stands out. Plus, I chose the color red because it stands out and it wakes people up. Hospitals do this thing too, where it comes with like the color. Like hospitals, if you notice, they have a lot of baby blues, whites, sometimes, very light colors, calm, cool colors. It's because they want to calm the kids down, like Children's Hospital, right? Restaurants, they have a lot of dark tones to make you feel relaxed, calm, and don't make you feel like you want to leave like you're at home, because those who stay longer in the restaurants, they actually tend to spend more. I know this from working for the radio station as a marketing advertising executive. So you can dub this, like I said, don't try to reinvent the wheel that you don't have any experience in. Just try to take what's working and use it for yourself, right? And you'll see that your conversions will rise. Try it out, okay? So number 2, this should be simple. Right here on this page, on all your properties and everything, you want to comment and respond and reply to every single email, comment on YouTube, Facebook, anything that you put out, your blog post, anything that you put out. The reason why that being is when people respond to your comment of a particular brand of interest that they're interested in, they feel connected. They feel important, okay? Even in your inboxes, even if it's a sales pitch and you want to say, nah, I'm not interested, still respond, because it means that you're not out of reach. You want to have that personal touch with your personal brand and make people feel real good about who they're, by not ignoring them. It's kind of rude to ignore them even on social media, okay? Now, a quick tip on this: let's say you got a product out and somebody says, I haven't gotten my product, or something really negative. What I've seen is when I respond to people and I say, hey, I'm sorry about your experience, I'm going to make sure I get this right for you. Go ahead and shoot me an email, and we can maybe either talk over email. If we need to, we can talk over the phone. Do it like that. And what happens is you may not convert that one person, but everybody else is watching. They're looking for one negative comment. And if you solved it in that way, you're going to boost your brand, especially on social media, because social media, your brand can be damaged very quickly. So you want to make sure that you respond and reply to every single comment, negative or positive. That goes into number 3. This has been my bread and butter since I've started online marketing, right? And that is get a blog. A blog, those who have a blog, they sell 13 times more than those who don't. And I believe the statistics is around 20 times more leads than those who don't. And companies have a blog now, not just a website. The difference between a blog and a website is a blog, you can actually create articles on a website, on a blog site where it looks just like a website, but it's better for SEO and it's better for getting noticed. Imagine each article you write is another website for you, but it's all paid and all hosted underneath one web address. That is fantastic. Another thing is CEOs, 80% of CEOs prefer dripped articles in their email, right? From the desired product or brand that they're looking at versus just a regular pitch, right? They like to read. And you can have videos. That is your hub, okay? So I don't know if you all can see this, but right here Your hub, you control, okay? So right here, this is your home. This is your home right here. That is your blog site. Facebook should be leading in. YouTube, Instagram, all right? Your capture pages all should be leading to your hub. You don't know when Facebook is going to go down. You don't know when YouTube, Instagram, you don't know when any of that is going to go down or anything. But that's your home. You can also have resources and stuff like that on there. Like if you go to my blog site, right, you'll see that I have products or resources that I sell. If you're selling multiple products as an affiliate marketing, or even if you're selling one, right, what you can do is you can sell other products and post it in your tools. What I've noticed is that when people go to an article that they've seen online and they came in, they tend, before they leave the article, they tend to hit the home button, the about me, and they actually check out my resources. You can also call it recommended tools. That's a way to boost sales. Now, if you're selling your own product, you want to have that in there and you want to categorize that. Okay, so having a blog is definitely good. I recommend 2 providers for having a blog other than just the basic platform of WordPress. Don't get Blogger. Don't get just WordPress. WordPress looks like trash without a plug-in builder. I recommend, my number 1 recommendation is eStage, about a 4%. Yes, it is an affiliate link, but eStage is a plug and play for those who are just straight up just new and they just want to just get their hands dirty, and it makes your website look like a freaking $10,000 website for pennies on a dollar. Okay, I got the link in the description for that if you want to check that out. The second recommendation I got is Thrive Themes. Thrive Themes is for those who are a little bit more advanced, but it's just as easy as eStage, and it's a website builder. Great theme. I actually have both. One for my business team, I have eStage, and one for my personal, I have Thrive Themes. I actually did that by accident because when eStage first rolled out, they had some bugs in there, and I need to get my website up and running, and they fixed the bugs, and it's good to go. So I use both of them now, and I blog on both, okay, for 2 different purposes. So that's that right there. You can go and click in the link in the description, check out both of them if you like to, which rolls out to my 4th one, and that's a press release. Did you know that if you have an email autoresponder, the number 1 thing that people do if they're not sure about your product is they'll either A, Google your name and see if you got anything about you that Google says about you, or B, they'll Google your name and the product that you're promoting or service or program that you're promoting to see if they can find something. Normally, those people are looking for bad rep. So why not control that by writing a press release? Press releases is very, very simple to do and easy, right? One thing that I recommend is prlog.org. Don't worry if you don't remember that. I have a link in the description. Check that out. It's a free and it's a .org. The reason why I recommend prlog.org, prlog.org, I'm sorry, is because it's a free and it's a .org. And you can use that .org to backlink back to your site, which is good for Google rankings, so on and so forth. And it's very simple and easy to use. Just starting out, I recommend prlog. Now, if you really serious and you really want to start making some serious money and have some big sales come in, I recommend you actually get e-release. E-release is, if you got some money, put it on there. Get going. You do 1 press release, and what you want to do is you want to talk to yourself. You want to talk and use that press release and write in an interview form, right? So one thing that I do is I write like I'm in an interview, like I'm talking about myself, and I don't use the word I and you and we. I use it like if somebody's interviewing me, and I just talk about it, like and talk about my product or service, but I don't say me, I, we. I don't use first person. I use third person, like somebody's interviewing me, right? So the good thing about e-releases is you can get a writer to write for you, and they are very good writers. Okay, so it's a little bit more pricier. $2.99 is for the buzz builder that I recommend when you're just starting out. Now, the good thing about this is they have something called Wire Watch. Wire Watch is when they actually take your press release that's written by somebody else. You can write it yourself if you like to, and they post it on Google Web News and PR Newswires, which is a big hub of journalists and major distribution all over the internet, from all corners of the internet that people watch. Yahoo News. Now, imagine this. Imagine you have a prospect and you actually get, and they're actually moving out from your email and they saying, I want to buy, but I don't know about this guy, right? They know, like, and trust, or gal. They go and they Google your name plus the product, and bam, on Yahoo News, they see that you're endorsing your product and it's hosted on Yahoo News. That's like Yahoo News endorsing you as a credible, trusted, and source. They're lending personal branding to you. They're using that. Their site is edification. When you get on e-release, you do that one time, you could be cool. Let's say you don't have a product and you're doing multiple products. You can use your most profitable product and you could just talk about it, like why you recommend it, so on and so forth, and what could it do for people. But you can also do something as you're branding yourself as, let's say you got coaching, right? And you have online courses that you want to do. You can actually, get a news release published, on your behalf, saying that you're the top coach, and get some credentials. So when people look up you on Google search, they see you on Yahoo News or Google News, and bam, you're right there. And then you can have a link that's embedded inside of your WordPress that goes right back to your capture page or your sales page, straight from the press release. So you're controlling a person's search, right? They're already interested. Why not you be the one control them instead of somebody else? All right, which goes to my number 5, right? I knew this, but I didn't know it. Don't use sidebar ads in anything that you do, right? Now, I'm not talking about using banner ads on different websites with, by using media distribution. I'm talking about Facebook and your blog, right? Reason why that being is 70 to 80% of people don't trust sidebar ads. They find that not only do they don't trust the sidebar ads, they start not to trust the actual person that is using the sidebar ads or advertising on the sidebar ads. Now, if you think about it, do you really pay attention to sidebar ads? Nah. What do you pay attention to? What you're watching right now? Video. Video, I recommend you use video, even over using video in the news feed, even over using ads and sponsored ads in your news feed. The reason why we've moved from the industrial age to the information age, from the information age to the experience age, where we have live, Facebook Live, and YouTube Live. And video sits right there. People want to experience and they want to see you right there. They say a picture is 1,000 words, right? Well, I say a video is worth 1,000 pictures. And of course, real life is worth 1,000,000 videos. But I want to tell you this. If you use a video, it's going to cost a fraction of a penny, and even less of a fraction if you use a paid ad. For paid ads per click, I usually get around on Facebook 60 to sometimes up to $1.20 per click. But with video, I can get away with 5 cents, and I've even gotten down as low as 1 penny per view, right? That means that if I was to spend $10, I would get 1,000 views on my video. And guess what? People can consume a video a lot faster. And Facebook is doing that because they want to take over YouTube, right? They want to take over the viewership that YouTube is doing, and they want to compete with Google. So they're incentivizing you by having cheaper cost per view rates and having it cheaper to do video. So why not go in tandem with the platform that you're going to be advertising on? So when you also use video, YouTube, you definitely want to get on YouTube, because YouTube is the #2 search engine on the internet. All right. So you might be saying like, oh man, like I don't like video. Listen, I got a training that you could use to master YouTube and go viral, and it's totally free for right now. Right. So what it is I actually was making videos when I first started out online. I didn't have money to advertise or anything like that. but I wanted to still make sales. So I went to the free platform, which is YouTube, and I started making videos. And guess what? I sucked. But eventually, I invested my money and I started getting better and better with video. But one thing for sure is I wasn't always in front of a camera, like as you see. What I was doing was I was using something called Screencast-O-Matic and other YouTube techniques that I share in my free training. You can actually get that free training in the link description. Got a lot of goodies for you. And what it is it'll show you how to go viral and how I actually took a video that was low quality and I use this formula every time to get views and get a lot, not only views, but get shares with people sharing it and putting it in their playlist. And like I said, I even had a comment that said, man, you should use more lighting in your videos. And I'm sorry, I don't have the tools and equipment, but guess what? People loved it, right? So if you was to actually get a video and put that on there where you could suck and not have to be on video and not use paid ads, and it'd be totally free to learn that, would you take it up on that offer? I would, because guess what? When you're on video, you're building your personal brand and you're making sales. And you could take those videos and you can send them to your email list, right? Which goes to my sixth one, personal branding tip, okay? And that is something very simple, guys. I know y'all didn't notice this, but if you go on your landing page, use a picture. I recommend your picture and your logo. However, a picture is just fine on all your landing pages. Here's why. Everybody that's selling that affiliate marketing program or product, or everybody in real estate, again, a picture is 1,000 words. So the more times that you can actually have your picture on there, the better. Well, I just recommend just one. The more opportunities you get to use a picture, use it. Here's why. When I used to actually have a product that I was selling, I would use the company sponsored landing page. Then I will have my own autoresponder send out, drip feed to try to walk people down the sales page for me. What will happen is I found out time and time after again and again, is people would email me back and say, who are you? I didn't subscribe to you. And it sucked behind, because now I pay all this money for traffic, sometimes upward $800 to get like 1,200 clicks. And I'm getting like 10% of the people unsubscribing right out the jump from my first email, and they didn't know who I was. When I actually started creating my own landing pages and started putting my picture with my logo on a landing page and then putting that on my email, I started to get a very high click-through rate, and I did not get anybody who did not know who I was. If they didn't know who I was, they kind of like retarded, like how you not know who I was? You actually put your email in there, you see my picture here, and then you see my picture there, and you open it up immediately and you don't know who I am. Those are the people who I probably wouldn't want to buy my product or service, right? Or join your team, right? So you got to think about that. So put that on there, and you're going to get rid of the objection of who are you. So put your picture in there. You don't have to be all snazzy and jazzy, but just make sure it's in there and put your logo on there. I recommend that you do that, do both of them, and see how your sales and your conversions will go through the roof on just that one thing. All right, which goes to my final one. This is the bread and butter. If you forget anything that I've said, right? First of all, rewind it and play the video again. But if you want to remember one golden nugget, target problems, not people. Do not use your product first. Target the problem that your product solves. Write about that or create content about that, and then use your product as the closer to close that sales loop. That is how I've been killing it. I've been targeting problems. Like, for instance, I sold one product. It was back when you can actually put dating on Facebook. What I used to do is I used to do like CPA, which is cost per acquisition. So every time, I think it was eHarmony was one of them, and Black People Meet was the main one. Black People Meet. I was advertising that. And what I did was I put, everybody was showing a link, but what I did was I smarted the competition. And I was just like, okay, I was writing articles about how to get girls, right? And what I would do is I would say how to get girls on MySpace and Moco Space and Facebook, right? And what you can inbox them. And I had these tips on there that you can inbox them. And what that did was people would read these art, and I would like target the ad out, and people would read the art, and it would go to the article instead of the Black People Meet website first, right? So people had a problem with, online dating. It was fairly new at the time, and people didn't know how to pick up girls who they didn't meet, and the girls couldn't see them. So I had these tips on there, like put a picture of you looking away. Like I did this research. Like if you have a picture of you looking away on your profile picture, like girls tend to like that more. Another thing is if you was to comment on something, on 3 comments on her post, and then if she doesn't inbox you, and you was to actually shoot her an inbox and say, I really like the fact that you did that. Talk about something other than what another guy wouldn't do. I had it all in my article, and guess what? I actually said, listen, you can try this with just about any girl anywhere in the country. I use Black People Meet, and then bam, fill this out. They got a new subscription. My conversions, not doubled, not tripled, they 10x. I'm dead serious. I wish I had the stats on there, 10x, and I was killing it in the affiliate program or CPA program with Black People Meet. Facebook shut it down, and that was when I first got started, and it was like $1 per subscription. If they got in and they got or if they filled out their name, I got $1. And if they fill out the entire, got the plan, I got $29. That was off the chain. So try to target, problems, right? Now, if people come to your Facebook page, your blog, and they see a lot of how-tos, they see a lot of tips, so on and so forth on there, I would say over half of it should be just that. They'll look at you and your brand as an educator, as the go-to to answer questions. And that's what you want. You want traffic and how-tos. If you post reviews, that's good. The reason why reviews convert a lot higher is because people have already been sold. They've already at the bottom. They're on the fence. So reviews work. But how-tos, you have a lot more people at the top of the funnel when you have how-to videos. So if you're the one that's dog walking them and showing them how, if you can show people how to do something up front, more chances of you converting when they get down to the bottom is very, very high. So that's all I got for right now. Which one would you use? Would you use the color scheme, or would you actually start writing content that solves problems instead of just putting out your link out there like a novice? Which one would you use? Put a comment below. Also, if you want me to elaborate on anything or create a video, place on anything that you want me to elaborate on these 7 personal branding tips online or social media, go ahead and put that in the comment below, and I'll shout you out in my next video, and I'll do a video on that if you're the one that's chosen. Until then, wait till my next video. Make sure you subscribe so you can be the first one to get notified. I'm Josh Gill with expandwithjosh.com. Peace.